What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rathletes Podcast. I'm your host, Greg Rogers. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode. I'm here with the wonderful Chris Burns, Mr. CerealKillerz himself, man. My brother, man. One of my mentors, somebody that I really look up to, that's real big impact in the community, man. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. This wasn't even expected. Like, I was supposed to be filming another episode, and then this just happened on the spot. It kind of worked itself out like how it's supposed to. So it's cool, man. What you been up to today, though?
Nothing, man. Just working, getting some work done, getting some content created and some videos edited. And just so y'all know, disclaimer, this isn't going to be a normal retired athlete's episode. Man, my story is definitely different.
We're just going to throw that out there. This might be like the first. I wanted to do something that was like a little bit more entrepreneur based, since I'm like in that realm too as well. And I feel like this is a nice intro to that. So we'll go ahead and roll with this one,
definitely.
bro.
Like I say, I was an athlete, and I thought I was more of an athlete than I really was.
Right.
Because once you get to college, everybody's good, right?
Right.
Like say, for example, if I played basketball, here I'm 6'2", I'm a center in Vegas.
Yeah.
I get to college, I'm not even a point guard. Like at that point, like it's just like it's so different. Yeah. Like going, out of state for college, even though I did go for football, but it's different, bro. Like how athletes train, how they're raised, they actually work out. Like it's a rude awakening, and I had to wake up fast and realize like retirement was a lot faster than I thought.
Happened a lot quicker than you think. No, I agree though with you. It is a lot. It's a lot different. I mean, you kind of see that a lot of guys, they were doing things that just are guys and girls, or they high school sports, middle school sports and stuff, youth sports, whatever. But then you kind of see like when you get to college, especially, it's a lot of guys that's been guys, girls, and that's been training, since they was 8 years old, 9 years old at this sport, and like the level of competition is a lot different, bro.
I couldn't afford a trainer, and I didn't know what a weight room was, so it was just like off God-given ability. Right. Like every situation I was in, in Pop Warner and middle school, high school, like I was just better than everybody naturally, just from learning how to play football. Man, once I got to college, man, it was a rude awakening, bro. I had that, like, a lot of athletes won't be honest with themselves, bro. Yeah. Like, you get up there, and I'm just like, I'm not as good as any of them. Yeah, like, people are like, no, I'm just, the coach didn't let me play. Like, it's all that BS that we tell ourselves, but I had to learn fast, bro. Like,
a rude awakening, man, and we'll go ahead and jump all up into that. So I got some rapid fire questions. I like to do a little segment of that when we get into the show. So we'll go ahead and shoot those to you your way. You going with hot chocolate or vanilla?
Oh, vanilla, easy. Like, wait, it depends. Are we talking about ice cream or are we talking about candy? Like what? Let's
go with ice cream I know that's in your realm with cereal.
Ice cream is definitely gonna be vanilla, but like I love candy, like chocolate candy, like Snickers and Ferrero Rocher, stuff like that. So I guess I don't like white chocolate flavoring, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I feel like for me,
if you want to call it vanilla, but
with vanilla you could do more. Like I feel like, with chocolate, I'm not really a big chocolate candy guy, honestly, bro. I feel like for me it's Ferrero Rocher. That would be the only thing that I can go with.
The goat. It's the goat.
Yeah. Hershey's is cool.
With almonds.
Yeah. Okay, Nike or Adidas?
What did Drake say about checks over stripes?
Checks over stripes.
Something like that.
Checks over stripes.
Yeah. Well, Adidas is no more as of yesterday when Kanye left. So that's not even a question anymore.
They definitely are going to depreciate for sure. And that's a whole nother realm in itself. But I definitely do think they're going to depreciate.
I see you have Adidas on right now. So I guess I see where you stand.
These my Stan Smiths though, man. I'm gonna roll with the guys. Adidas. I mean, they got some good products, but cool. Me personally, I'm rolling with Nike all the time.
Like, funny thing, Adidas was actually my first job ever.
Word.
So that's, I guess, my connection to there. But no, like, I just think who their brand is based around is two different people. They're based around Europeans and soccer players and stuff like that. Yeah. And they're dabbling with hip hop and stuff like that just to get the money, because black culture is, it's worth so much. So everybody wants a piece of the pie.
Right. But, absolutely.
Yeah. Nike is pretty much made for black people per se. So
yeah, that is true.
Like, say I am brainwashed. Yeah. Like, I will take a pair of Nikes. I don't care if it's whatever, like over a pair of Adidas, no matter what.
Yeah, but regardless of circumstance.
Yeah, but definitely Nike. So that's an easy one.
Got you. Favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. As you can tell, there's probably 15 different versions of it right above your head.
And so. I'm glad that we got to get into this. So I know that you were very big on Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Obviously, looked through the page, talking to you personally and stuff like that too as well. What is it about Cinnamon Toast Crunch that you like so much?
I think it's like psychological, right? Because growing up extremely poor, like that was like one of the treats that we got to have. And like my older brother, he's 10 years older than us. So he had money. So he would buy the box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and we'd eat cinnamon toasters. He would like tease us with it. So I don't know. Cause like, even not to go back with Nikes, it was more of a, when I was a child, we couldn't afford it. So I can never have it.
Right.
So now I think as an adult, I tried to make up for those things that I couldn't have. And maybe I've overdone it sometimes, but definitely it's really like, and I mean, like, obviously it does taste the best, but at this point, I don't even think anybody can, even if somebody put out something that's better, it probably wouldn't change my mind.
What's a close second?
Oh man, I can go forever. Probably, I love cinnamon frosted flakes. Those are
those ones yet.
They're up there right now. They changed it a little bit. They're called cinnamon French toast frosted flakes, but they're top tier frosted flakes. Waffle Crisp is definitely a classic. There was a Rice Krispie Treat cereal that was out for a long time. Yeah, that one's top tier. And there's a s'mores cereal that's pretty much my top 5 that I just gave you that quick.
So did they discontinue the cereals after a while? Like what is, like for instance, like with the Rice Krispie Treats cereal, did they just like kind of get done with it?
They just discontinue it.
It's like a pair of Jordans basically.
Yeah, but it's like excuse me. And then they do bring it back a couple years, but it's like, I think, like, say, I have the biggest following for a cereal page there is, like, in the country. And it's like, some of the cereals they bring out and or get rid of too fast, it's mind-boggling because I'm like, people love that. So, like, I don't know who's making these decisions. I think, like, I definitely need to be on the board of, like, cereal decisions.
You need to be on that panel. They need to be on that panel.
But Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the GOAT, and it's not just me. It's, like, probably the #1 selling cereal there is in the country at this point anyway.
Right. Right on, man. Well, as we know, a lot of people do know, you run a powerhouse cereal brand right now, cereal business. And if you could just give us a little bit of background on like how you got to where you are today, man. Like I know you talk about, sports and your athletic background and stuff. And obviously now you're being in the entrepreneurial field. Let's talk about your journey to, you being the CerealKillerz.
Sheesh. It's pretty much I worked for the government for, at that point, I was about 12 years in. And I really started to hate my boss for the most part. Like that's the nice way to say it. Like I couldn't stand her, and I've always. What
was it about? What was it about her? Let's highlight the boss. Let's highlight the boss a little bit right now.
What is it about her? The backside of my hand is a different color than the front side of my. Not just like. Sorry, I think my issue is that like different. Born in a different time period. Yeah. With the city, I was the youngest supervisor there was probably ever at 27 years old, and all of my, I still call them coworkers. I don't like the whole he's the boss. They were probably 10 years older than me, at least the minimum. They're in their 40s, 50s, and I'm younger than them. Yeah. And it's like, I bring a whole different dynamic thought process. I'm like, why be an asshole? Like, if you be an asshole to the employees, you're not going to get the best out of them. If you treat them with respect, give them their freedom, let them do whatever, like, they're going to do so much more for you. If you just treat them like a human being, don't try to play that, I'm the big bad boss. And it's just like, my way of managing, it didn't align. And I had to get out. Like, she thought she was always right. And, she wanted things her way. And I get it. You're the top boss, but, so I just had to remove myself from that situation. Right. And then with CerealKillerz, like, it was pretty much, I had a whole list of businesses that I had been keeping track of for like 10 years. At that point, really just, I should start this, I should build this app. And at that time, I thought it was like the best thing for me to do, like just value-wise, because like some of my better ideas that I still have to this day, it was like, I'm not going to be able to go into a room and be like, hey, could I get $10, $15 million for this? Yeah. So I was like, I need to be able to build a business so I can show these investors that I can build a business from the ground up and stuff. Right. I say it's been a roller coaster, bro. Like our first store actually closed. It was in a very bad location. Cause like when they say location, that's definitely the #1 thing, you know? So, but we bounced back, we took our last money, we opened up another store, and now we're going on 6. So.
What do you feel like has like entrepreneur always been like a thing of yours? You mentioned that you had been jotted down like ideas for about like 10 years or so up until that point. Like, was this something that you always wanted to get into? Like, when did that like click for you?
I would say probably like 10 years ago, I realized that like the the material things that I wanted in life, you know, not wanting to have my family struggle when I decided to actually get a family, like, you know, that, like I said, I will never downplay the 9 to 5 because without that, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Like without, you know, being young and having that, you know, that nice check, that guaranteed check. And like I say, a lot of people look down on having a job, bro. Like it's the reason why I can do what I do, because I didn't have to have those stresses and worries of trying to build a business but eating ramen noodles every day, bro. So it's like I was able to build my business on the side and still have a consistent check coming in. So when there's no startup capital for people that look like you and me, I had money in the bank that I can pull from. So like everybody that says, oh, nah, bro, you just have to work more hours, bro. You do your 8 or 10 hours at the job and then go home and do another 8 hours, bro.
Right.
Like, instead of going home and playing the game or whatever you're doing, scrolling on Instagram. So like I said, that was a big thing. But I always had like the entrepreneurial spirit in me. And it was just like, when am I going to take that leap? Right. So, you know, I worked that full-time job, and we worked 10-hour shifts. So I worked that. And then I went and closed at CerealKillerz every day for a year and a half. So it's always been, you know, that's just what it is. And like I said, this isn't, I know like it sounds crazy, but like this is close to one of my worst ideas. Like if you rank like my top business ideas that I want to do, it's not even in the top 5.
Yeah. Is that in your opinion, or are you just genuinely
in my opinion? I can just tell by like, if I can get those other ones up and running, you know, because our business is so dependent on, I guess it's seasonal because, you know, we sell a lot of ice cream. It's dependent on people getting in their cars, coming in. It's like, you know, they can order it online or Grubhub, Uber Eats, but like
not the same experience.
I just think like the margins of a restaurant are so low as it is, even though our margins are probably double what most restaurants are, because our costs are still pretty manageable. But it's just like, it's a lot easier to make money in other, you know, technology, entertainment, you know, nightclubs, stuff like that. So it's just, but I would still do it because like it's I've learned so much from it. It's like, instead of me going to, you know, get my 4-year degree, because I just went to junior college, like I would say like, especially like that first store, like it was never a failure because I learned so much. There's no business school that would have taught me that. You know, like I said, they're trying. I would say like more business schools are trying, but like what you need, like it isn't like, hey, let's get a budget, let's film a commercial, let's put the commercial on, they're gonna come into my store. Like it doesn't work like that, bro. Like it's just, you have to know stuff. Pretty much you have to know what you don't know. And the best way to do it is by experience for me.
Right. Would you say, because obviously running the business is a lot of work, like you mentioned, you know, it's a lot of things that you didn't know going into the business and you learn as you went. What in your, you play sports, what in your athletic background do you feel like you learned through athletics that carried over into your entrepreneurial world?
I think just being a leader, you know, just being a natural leader. Like in high school, you know, most of the time I did play quarterback, or like I was the captain of the defense. And I've always been like the more mature, better, let me see, like I would make the better decision maker for the most part. So that was easily like just trying to have a whole team, you know, pretty much meet the goal. And it's harder now, bro. We have 35, 40 employees. Now trying to get everybody to work together is difficult, especially like, you know, now I'm the old head, bro. Like, you know, I'm in my mid 30s, but it's like our employees are 16 and 17 and 18. And it's just like the phones are like, we had cell phones, but we didn't have computers like you guys do. So it's like, it's still like trying to learn and having patience. So I think that's the same thing. It's just like the patience of, you know, playing sports and, you know, trying to bring a team together is definitely how it's definitely helped, you know, just being that leader and stuff like that. Right.
What do you feel like is like the biggest like hiccup that, you know, you've had to like learn like through like the entrepreneur journey, like running CerealKillerz and stuff? I mean, I noticed you guys were on Shark Tank and stuff too as well. And like outside of like that and like just going through like the process of everything else, do you feel like well, let's hit on the Shark Tank thing actually. Is that something that you guys really wanted to take place and happen for you guys?
At that point, it was something that we really wanted. It was mostly because like I love that show anyway. Yeah. But we weren't ready. We weren't ready for the investment and, you know, what they would have wanted. Like, I'm glad we didn't, like in hindsight, because we ended up getting an investment anyway with like a way better terms and, you know, more of just like, it wasn't all about like business. It was more like, hey, we want to help you. Let's do this. Let's do that. Open up the doors to a couple other things. So, but yeah, like in hindsight, like that's probably the best thing that happened, that we didn't get a deal in that situation, because we probably own a lot less of our company at this time right now.
How is that how does it all set up with that? Like, so when you go into, is it like how the show is, where like you go in and like if they, bid with you or they take you, like you have to give them like a percentage of like the company or stuff? Well, like how is that like whole process, and like you get into that point of being on Shark Tank?
Well, it's not what you see on TV, because what you see on TV is 7 minutes.
Yeah.
At top. The pitch was over an hour.
Wow.
So they're pretty much asking every kind of question. You have to know pretty much everything about your business, margins, numbers, how much it costs for you to acquire a customer,
a whole bunch of stuff,
all kind of stuff. And it's like they cut it up. So some of the stuff you guys seen on the show was actually, I said it last and they put it first. Like they chop it up for entertainment, and they focus more on your story when it comes to TV. But yeah, so when it comes to it, like whatever deal you make, if they're like, hey, I'll give you the 100,000 for 20% or whatever, like the next day, you're going to give them an envelope or a notebook with those numbers to make sure it matches. And then they decide if they actually want to go through with the deal. Because they say like 50% of the deals you see on Shark Tank don't actually go through and close.
Do you have to sign up for the show, or they like reach out to you?
Yeah, you have to sign up. So we were actually the last ones. Like they had like auditions, kind of like American Idol type thing. Okay. You go in, you pitch. So you have to pitch to the producer, and then if the producer likes you, they'll pitch it to the higher producer. So it's just like a chain. Like you have to get through every little step of people liking you and stuff. So a lot of people don't even get a call back, pretty much.
Right.
So but right now, because of the pandemic, everything is just done online. You have to submit it online, and if you go to the next step, they'll call and talk to you. If you go to that next step, you have to make a video. Yeah. So it's it's fun.
And at that point, you guys were already like a year in operating that first store before getting onto Shark Tank and stuff.
Yeah. So we were a year in, and like I said, it was a struggle. Like we were inside of a mall. So when we signed the lease, it was the summer, and it was like it was packed. Yeah. Like, it was so many people all the time. I'm like, this is gonna be easy. I didn't understand like how much the overhead costs for a business. Like we had I always like try to equate it to like TLC's rap deal or like all these rappers deal. Yeah. Like, you just
it's like
a
so 360.
Happy.
Yeah, like
you're just so happy. You don't really understand what you're signing, and like understanding how much money you have to make just to pay rent. Right. So it was like, it was just bad all around. Like it was more of like frustration that I took that deal, because everybody else continually said, no, this concept won't work. It's too new. So it was just like,
this is coming from like the people that are supposed to, like donors and stuff, like, or people that are like trying to take
no, like owners of buildings, like any shopping center that we tried to rent their space. Yeah, they were just like no. And then this place finally said yes, and it was like, I don't care, we're gonna do
finally
it.
Like fuck and yeah.
Then, we did our business plan, and then another rookie mistake is that like when they when you're trying to estimate how much money you're gonna make, like you bullshit. Like you'd be like, I know we're gonna make $500,000 the first year, nigga. Sorry, excuse my language. But it's like that stuff doesn't happen, bro. Like it's rare that stuff like that happens. Like not understanding like how many $7 milkshakes do I have to make a day to make $500,000 over the year?
Yeah,
like
that's a lot.
Yes,
like you're gonna have to touch a few for sure.
Where are these people gonna come from?
Right.
At like say, I see it now. I can do it now. Yeah. After we have a well-established business, but it's like starting out, like I just kind of, I'm gonna do this, and people are gonna run here. And then the bad part is like when we first started, we were only gonna do bowls of cereal. Like that was my dream. Like bowls of cereal had nothing to do with ice cream and milkshakes, and that's what we're known for across the world. So it's definitely been a fun journey.
Right, ups and downs with it. I think you hit on something that I want to kind of expand on there, where you talked about like, trying to get them traction and stuff like that to your business and stuff. And, like how the hell am I, going, how many milkshakes do I have to make to get 500,000 in a year? It seems like at this point you've created a system for your business that works and stuff. And I think systems are important with anything, whether that be in sports or whether that be, especially in the entrepreneur field too as well. When did you start to realize that you had to like get the system like going in order to get traction to CerealKillerz, and like what do you feel like is the biggest like point in that system right now that's like really driving a lot of traffic here to CerealKillerz?
Well, I would say like I realized like it wasn't like we were always doing good. I mean, at that time on social media, so we were getting the exposure. I think like people just didn't really want to come to the location. And then once we figured out, like we made the decision, like, you know, we can't just keep throwing money into this store. Let's just let's open another one and see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's the one up in Centennial. So then, like, you know, we're making at that first store, let's just say on the weekend, we're making like $700 on a weekend day, right? And then we opened Centennial. The first day, there was a 4-hour wait to get into the store. And I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Like, all of a sudden, like, and it's like every day it was just lines and lines and lines. So it just wasn't adding up. And I was like, I knew it wasn't us. Because, like, you start second guessing. I had to convince my wife to let me open a business and all this stuff. So it's just like, it changed. And I just think, like, having a marketing plan and social media. But I would say, like, the biggest change for us personally has been TikTok. Yeah. Like, that's been the biggest driver of customers for us lately. Like, any entrepreneur, I know, like, as we're getting older, I'm talking about my people. And even business owners, like,
the age gap. Like, let's mention that age gap.
We don't want to learn another social media, right? Because the first thing people my age is like, what I'm gonna do on a little dance app. Right. All y'all doing all these
even me, dances. I thought that's what it was all for too at first.
Big ass up there doing all this shit, doing the hotline bling and stuff. But I'm like, I'm not doing that. But then I got a couple of young bucks that was like, nah, you got to do it. And now, like, that's what we're known for, bro. Yeah. Like I say, over the last year, over 150 million views, you know, and I didn't pay for those views. Yeah. Like, there's companies that will pay thousands of dollars, you know, for a post at this point, you know, to us and stuff like that. So it's definitely, that's been our game changer. Yeah. And then Instagram is slowly, you know, they more focused on you paying them to let you reach people. So, but now they're starting to lighten up a little bit where you can get a couple of viral videos here and there. But I would say social media is definitely like the biggest driver for any business. I just wish we had like an online business to where we can just ship stuff to people every day. That'd be a lot easier for us. Right. But we do catch them when they come to town.
So when you open up that second store, at that point, like, where were you at? Like, where the social media and stuff? Because, like, I mean, a 4-hour wait compared to, like, the slow traffic at your original Henderson store.
We were maybe 10,000 followers on Instagram. There was no TikTok then. You know, sound like so long ago, right?
Yeah.
There was no 2.5 years ago.
That's like 2 years ago. Y'all just
TikTok.
Opened up that damn store.
I don't know. It was called something else. TikTok was like Musically or something.
That's what. TikTok took over Musically. Yes.
Yeah. So, like, that wasn't a platform.
I don't think it was called Musically when you guys were on it. Was it?
No. I didn't get on until it was TikTok.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know what it was. I just thought, like, was that when the people were doing like. I don't know what.
Yeah, I missed that. I missed that little window, but I do know that. I do know it was Musically.
I missed Vine. Yeah. I missed that whole little thing. Yeah. So, but like I say, I was like, no, this is gonna go away like Vine, because Vine was around for about 3 minutes.
Absolutely, but, Vine was here today and gone tomorrow.
But so there was no TikTok. I don't know. I have a really good friend named Shamel, and she's into like Facebook ads and marketing. She worked in a marketing firm. So she probably definitely had the most to do with that exposure. You know, she does our ads and stuff like that. So I probably give all the credit to her for those hour waits. So anybody that's mad, don't be mad at us. Yeah. But definitely that's social media, bro. Like, and I think that's why a lot of older businesses are failing because they haven't been able to adapt. And you know, thankfully, like, I'm gonna say our generation created all this stuff you guys love.
Right. Yeah, that's true. No, you're not lying.
Facebook and everything, it was created by our generation. You guys are definitely better at it. Like, you guys are creating like so many more avenues for money, like between streaming video games and stuff. So like, you guys have the credit for making the money off of it, but we have the big money by actually creating it. I guess.
Yeah, that's facts. No, you guys did what you needed to do, and you know, now we're gonna take it and run with it.
That was our gift to the generation.
Right, we're gonna take it and run with it. So at that point, opening up the second store, did you ever have like any doubts, bro? Like, was there ever like not like, you know, going into that second store, was there ever kind of like, I don't really know if this is gonna, you know, work, or is this gonna be a thing or what?
Yeah, I had doubts going into the second store. Once that first 2 weeks of the second store, I was like, oh yeah, let's open a third one.
Yeah.
We need to, like, I was like, it was more like, it was a relief, because I was like, I knew it wasn't us.
Yeah.
I was like, it was just a location, and I knew people actually like us and stuff. So, because it just didn't make sense. Like, our Yelp reviews were high. our social media was growing. At that point, I thought 1,000 followers a month was a good pace, which it is. Like I say, and please, you guys, like when I talk about like social media numbers and posts failing, it's looking at it from a different lens. Like, so yeah, like, you know, we were growing about 1,000 followers a month, and I'm like, it just wasn't making sense why we weren't really making money, because everything, all the analytics on the outside said we should have been, you know. So that was the tough part. But yeah, so I was very not confident, especially because I spent so much money, because we were delayed opening the store. We probably spent an extra 50 grand that we really didn't even have. So it was tough. But once we opened that second store, it was like, okay, like I was right all along. Right. It's just, you know, we had to get better. So in every store, that's our goal. We, you know, just try to get better. And like I said, we have one store that's having some difficulties right now that isn't making sense. But I'm like, I can see why, just understanding, like, I guess, it's a gift and a curse to have like a popular any business on social media, because like all the marketing I do, it pretty much only benefits the Strip for the most part, because like we do have fans all across the world, and when they come to Vegas, they're obviously going to come to the Strip store, right? Which I'm fine with, because the prices are Strip prices. Yeah. But like, the ante is a little bit up over here. It does make our other locations suffer. Yeah. Because like all of the algorithm, or whatever, however you say it, algorithm, they're driving people to, you know, to the content for the Strip, and you know, so it's just learning and stuff. And I always had that, because my thing is like, as much as people kind of like look around and like, oh, they're so successful, like up until like 2 months ago, I might have spent $1,000 on paid ads. So everything's been over $1 million in revenue organically just by social media. And it's not good. I wouldn't say like that's a good way to do anything like that, because there's so many tools. But you couldn't be like, hey, I'm gonna spend $10,000 in ads this month, and then like I don't have anything to compare it to. So let me not run ads for a year and see what we make, and then now let me run ads for a year and see what happens. So to see if it's actually worth it. Yeah. Because like, you know, a lot of these companies will come in and be like, hey, I can boost sales. All they're gonna do is run a Facebook ad. That's it. And then take a cut of your money. So it's just that's a fault for me. Like, I don't believe in just what people say they can do for me. I need to be able to see it and back it up with numbers. So now it's like we're actually going to start spending money on, let's see how high we can boost these sales, because, you know, we do want to do another like raise to open up 50 or 100 stores, because I really don't want to do the franchising thing now. So we have to have our numbers at the highest they can be, you know, so we don't devalue ourselves. You know, somebody comes in and, hey, I'll give you this, but I want X amount of percent. I can be like, nah, our numbers are saying, you know, this is how much we're worth. Right. So, keeping the leverage and stuff, and then knowing what your business is worth. That's what it sounds like to me. And I think that's very, very, very much so important, man. So, and you just hit 1 million followers on TikTok. So, bro, and they've been hating too, bro. Like, I don't know, like we got to like 900,980 quick. I mean, let's say a year and some months, but like, it's been so hard to get these last 20,000 followers. Like it took over a month. Yeah. And again, like that's a lot to get in a month. Yeah. But when I tell you we average probably like 70,000 followers a month, I would say probably 50,000 followers a month. Sheesh. If you break it down. We average about 50,000 new followers a month. And, you know, so it's like, they just started hating on us. Yeah, like for some reason. Trying to what is it? Is it shadow? Not shadow ban. It's shadow ban. Yeah. And I think I know why, but yeah, we were shadow banned. And then I just had to hit him with that DJ Khaled. Like, I was probably that post too. Yeah. When so I did a post with the sharks from all the Shark Tank people. Yes. I know the post you're talking about, but let's talk about it. Yeah. It was like, it's crazy. Yeah. They don't believe in you. Nah, motherfuckers really don't believe it. And all of a sudden, TikTok ain't believing me no more. Yeah, they started holding me back. Holding me back. Yeah, he's talking about that DJ Khaled sound. If y'all know where he was, what's that guy's name that he was interviewing with? I don't even know. Speedy, that's his name. Speedy, yeah. Interviewing with Speedy, and he was hey, Speedy, I can't believe it. They don't believe in this. Motherfuckers out here that don't. No, it's humans. So now I did it, and I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't know if that's the one, but it was either that or some hater that was mad that we wouldn't let him do the cereal challenge, so he got all his people to spam us. So trash. But what's your favorite part of the business? Sheesh.
And I bring that up because I know you just mentioned CerealKillerz. I mean, mentioned the
I have
cereal challenge.
I have two favorite parts. My favorite part on operations per se. Let's say the whole idea of the business. My favorite part is the opportunity that I'm able to give to so many people who look like me. Like, we don't go out trying to just hire black people or whatever, but it's like, that's who I know.
Yeah.
And that's who, like, whenever I'm like, hey, we're hiring, a lot of my friends are black and they're people that they're requesting. I'm referring are black. So it's like, it was great, you know, to have, you know, to employ a 75% African-American workforce. Again, we're not trying to, but that's the pull that we have.
Name of the game, yeah.
Because right now it's hard to even get an employee. So like I say, that is like the biggest thing, you know, able to mentor some of these kids and show them, because I didn't have any help, bro. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't have anybody really to show me the game like that. So it's good. Like, you know, we have a couple of employees that have benefited, you know, from just being around us. And at least, like, besides a paycheck, like, I think you should use me, you know, if you can. Like, I can show you how to get your license, get your LLCs, stuff like that. So that's the rewarding part, is that to provide opportunity for people, you know, like, even though like I said, we still don't think, you know, we've been blessed enough that, like, we're really not even taking any money from the business, but it's like, how many we've had, probably 60, 70 employees at this point in 3 years. Like, how many phone bills have I paid? Like, yes, they earn the money, but I'm the reason why they have that opportunity.
Right, you provide
like,
that opportunity to people.
Are taking care of their families because of something that I created. You know, I would say, like, every employee has technically made more money than me because I haven't taken any money from the business. I'd rather just roll it to the next one. So that's definitely, like, a good feeling, that to be able to be a blessing to others. You know, we try to, you know, sometimes we got to realize that we're not their friends. Like, that was the tough part learning, but that's definitely one of the most important things, is, you know, hopefully you get more than a check from us, like, you know, me and my wife, that you're able to actually learn something, or at least be motivated to know that you don't have to work for somebody if you don't want to.
Right.
But some people need to just focus on working for people. You know?
It's not meant for everybody.
It's really not, bro. Like, this shit is not fun.
Yeah.
Like what you guys see on social media and all that stuff, that part's fun. But building a business is not fun,
It's
bro.
stressful,
It's so many stresses and sleepless nights, and, you know, having a grown man tear up for like shit, like, because, like, the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and, like, and now with social media, you don't want the embarrassment of, hey, you know, people already hating on you anyway, of the fact that you failed or anything. So that's definitely tough. But also, like, I do love content creation, you know, obviously, like you do. I love shooting all the videos, doing all the editing, like, all that stuff is fun for me. And the only reason I got into it is because I couldn't afford to pay anybody to do it. Yeah. So I definitely had to learn that. But now it's like, because of your generation, mostly, like, it's so much money.
Shout out us,
bro.
man.
It's so much money in it, bro. The fact, like, it's mind-boggling that somebody will pay upwards of $5,000 to $10,000 for me to make a post for them. Like, that, like, it still doesn't make sense.
It's people that's just one post.
That's one post.
Yeah, that's one
like
post.
Literally one post. Like, if you see my rate sheet now that I'm sending out, it's like, if you want it on Instagram, $2,500. If you want it on TikTok, $7.
This is
like,
what it is.
It just depends on what you want me to do. If you want me to film it, if you want me to do the editing, if you want me to do all this stuff, like, that's what it's gonna cost, because, like, that's the name of the game now. Like, I have your target audience. You know, it's part of my network now. So, you know, our page is mostly filled with people 18 to 35, and that's the the consumers of stuff online and stuff, and, you know, and sweets and candy and stuff like that. So, like, all these cereal brands, milk brands, snack brands, like, I have your customers right here. So just go ahead and throw me a little bit of money. And,
right.
Hey, it's up to you. So, like, that's what I'm really getting into, tough. But yeah, man, I just love doing stuff like that, and I want to open my other businesses, and, you know, that's what makes me happy at this point.
Right. I think, man, this is it's inspiring, because, like, I feel like, as somebody that, you know, you went through it the way that, like, is the, like, the quote unquote, not the way that's portrayed on social media. You know, you worked a job, you know, for 14 years, and, you know, transition that, and, you know, you went through a process where it's like you've been writing down goals and stuff like that for 10 years or so. And I think it's very, it's important to shed light on that, because I think that especially in this generation, we talked about, the difference in our age groups and stuff. And like, I feel like in this generation, we feel like everything needs to be rushed. Like we want to make that quick check. We want to make that quick check. And I feel like once you get it, like, and understand it and know how to like, okay, I can do it through content creation, or I can do it through creating an online business, or I can do it through this. You have to realize that it's just not going to happen overnight. And I feel like, just hearing your story and knowing you, and then like, being able to just like pick little bits and stuff from it too as well. Like your process didn't happen overnight, and whether that be, people may look at it like, okay, well, it happened over 2 to 3 years. No, it really, happened over the course of the 14 years that you was working that job when that first started, and that 10 years when you started writing it down and stuff too as well. So I think it's important to shed light on that, man. Like it's power in that.
Well, just it's a roller coaster, man. Like if let's say if we opened Centennial and then we opened this store here on the Strip, we'd be fine. Like that would be like, we can take a nice check. Like we could have kept that, it just would have pretty much replaced what I was making, but at least I'd be the boss and I'd have that freedom of it. But it's like every time we make money, we flip it to another store, and it's just like, it's a risk again. So it's like, that's the part that people don't understand. Like they can be like, oh, how can your stores make over $1 million, but you're not rich, quote unquote? Yeah. And like, I have that conversation with some of the employees. I'm like, because that's just not how it works, bro. Like we might make, let's just say, I'm just saying $1 million for a round number, but $850,000, $900,000 is going back out. We got to pay you. We got to pay bills. We got to pay insurance. We got to pay workers' comp insurance. We got to pay state insurance. We got to pay state taxes.
They go in.
Like it's so much money that like everybody takes their pick, and then it's like, dang, we did all this work and we got $7 left. Like what's going on? But then like, when we do make a profit, we roll it to the next one. Like I say, Centennial, that store was profitable in 2 months. That's unheard of in our industry. It's just like, I took everything that went wrong with the first store and I got a plan. Hey, what do I need to do a $200,000 build out for when I can just take a Subway or old ice cream shop and remodel it? Cool. That store broke even. This store on the Strip probably broke even in probably 3 months. So it's like, we could have been set just with that, but like it's not enough. So it's just like, let's roll our money over to the next door. Let's roll our money over to the next door. And it's like, we're back at square one, because it's all like I say, it's pressure again, because we have to perform in a different neighborhood, in a different city. So it's just, it's a roller coaster, bro. Like we have good months, we have terrible months. We have months where employees just all decide somehow that they don't want to come to work, and they're calling in sick all the time. And it's just like, at one point we had to deal with it because nobody wanted to work, because unemployment was paying more than everybody. So like I said, it's hard, bro. Like it's not for everybody. Like sometimes I just lay in bed, like, what can I do? Like it's always that question, what can I do better?
Yeah.
And I don't think it'll ever be enough. And a lot of people always talking about, if I just get X, Y, Z, like you're always going to want more. And I think happiness is just like moments. I think we all have good moments and we have bad moments. And like for somebody to be like, I'm happy, bro. Like it's not real. Like it's tough, bro. It's just about a roller coaster, bro. Yeah. And life is always going to be like that. Yeah, like if it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was hard, nobody would do it. That's like true. If it was that hard. So it's just trying to do your best. I think that's all you can do is do your best. And your best, stop letting social media dictate if you're a success or if you're a failure, bro. Like just try to hit any little goals you have. And when I say any goals, bro, like say how you said that people want that overnight success, bro. No, like I think Nip said, just, lay a brick every day, and one day you're going to have a wall. Like that's the easiest way to go, bro. Cause it's slow. It's rare that you pop off. Yeah. That fast.
I feel like it's like one of those things where, you lay, like you said, lay those bricks, and like you continue to keep stacking those days. And then at one point you just look up and it's like, damn.
It's like, damn, I created this.
Yeah. Like it's here. Like, and I think that, it's hard, man, especially like with the way social media stuff is set up nowadays, and like, going out there, everybody wants to go and like check the numbers and check the numbers and check the numbers. But then I really just feel like, and I learned a lot of this just from like having talks with you too as well, is like just make the stuff that you enjoy and then like just put it out there. Like just leave it out there, and you did it, like, and just find out ways to progressively get better. I think when we try to be like perfect too much, man, is that when we start to like put a lot of pressure on ourselves and like stress ourselves out, and like, that's when you get in slumps. Like that's when like it gets bad and it gets ugly for you, man.
Like some of the videos that I just film and throw out there, have done the best. Like when I want to have the light, when I want to bring the lights out, have good lighting, all this stuff, like they fail. They flop. Like, they flop, and then you're discouraged. So like a lot, like obviously, like I can see the number of views, but I don't put too much energy into that kind of stuff anymore because I can't control it. I can't control who Instagram lets sees my videos and stuff, you know. So all I can do is be more consistent. I would say 1 perfect video or 3 halfway decent videos a day. I would take the consistency of putting out the content
every day,
because sometimes stuff pops off weeks and weeks later, and it's just like you're like, oh, well, see, like, so it's hard to balance against a system that you don't understand because you don't have the data.
Yeah, we're not in the room with them when they're having those conversations and talking.
This week we're gonna let Black creators shine, or this week if their video is 47 seconds or less, like, so it's just stop trying to battle these people. Like, they don't want you to go viral because, you know, they want a couple people to, but they don't want everybody to go viral, and they couldn't charge you to push your content.
They wouldn't make their money.
They wouldn't make their money.
They would not make their money.
That's 90% of their revenue. So it's ads. So they're withholding. They're not letting you be great.
Yeah. Man, on this podcast, we like to talk about like mental health, bro. And I like to, you know, mainly obviously for athletes, you know, you're the exception for today.
Well, let's clear this part up. So I did go to college to play sports. Right? I did. I just realized really fast that I wasn't good at it.
Yeah, it wasn't for you.
I had to have that mental discussion with myself. Did I want to keep going, or did I want to go get this $20 an hour at the government? At 18, 20 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just a year ago, I was making like 8 at Nike.
Yeah,
so like
that's a big jump.
But yeah, I had that moment too, bro, where I was just like, do I want to try to go to another JUCO? Because I hated where I was at. Yeah. Even though I met most of my closest friends up there, but it was just like, I'm not for this mountain life. I need to be back in the city.
Right.
So it was like, and I did. I came back and I just went to school, and I was like, do I really want to chase this dream? But I had to realize that like I did nothing in preparation to be a Division I athlete. Yeah. Like I didn't work out. I didn't do any extra training. I went from, in high school, it was football season. Then I went to basketball season. Then I went to baseball, and I chilled and worked in the summer. And then I showed up just the 10 days you needed to play in the first game for football. Right. So like I never put that work in. I wasn't at the camps and stuff like you. Yeah. And it wasn't even like, that wasn't even that big of a deal back when.
Yeah, it definitely is like
we had one combine like that everybody went to at Sam Boyd. Like that was literally it. But it was never like I never put in the work. So, but it was tough, bro. Like giving up on what my dream was. Like everybody would say, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an NFL player. You know, then the negative people, well, you need a backup plan. Yeah. I was like, shit, I want to be an NBA player.
Yeah. I want to play sports. I just want to be in the mix with that.
That was my answer. Like I thought like sports was gonna be my life. Like it was really like, but like I said, rude awakening. I got to college and everybody was the best from their team. So now it's like a whole nother level. And this is just junior college. And I couldn't even get on the field there. So like what was going to happen, you know, if I did go Division I, you know? So it was a rude awakening. And like it was depressing, bro. I was probably depressed without even knowing what depressed was because of my upbringing and things always being bad anyway. So it's just like, you know, so it was just like, fuck it. Like I got to do what I got to do. So I, you know, took a good job and, you know, unfortunately 3 or 4 years later, all my friends are done playing sports and now they're trying to start their life as an adult. Right. You know, and they're going to $8 or $9 an hour jobs. And I'm over here, you know, in the mid 20s at this point. So it's like, all right, like I ain't got no Lambo, but I know this check.
This check gonna come.
If anybody knows me, I've always had cars for people like stuff. Yeah, some crazy cars. So, you know, just, so it's definitely been a blessing, bro. So it was just, but like say mentally, it did take a toll on me because I had to give up on a dream that, you know, that wasn't realistic. And it was like having to like tell your family or just like, yeah, I'm not playing anymore. Like that shit sucks, bro. Just thinking you're letting people down, but you know, you can't really worry about other people. Right.
Bringing it full circle now, how do you like mentally decompress, like just with everything, like with being an entrepreneur?
I'm still working on that, bro. Like, you know, me and my wife, you know, like it has negative aspects on every part of your life that you really have to learn how to like decompress. And like I talked to my wife because like she gets upset, you know, when certain employees do something and I'm just like, bro, like you can't let them have so much control over you, and then I'll get mad because I'm mad because she's mad at me.
Right.
Well, she's mad.
Right.
So I'm
now the whole family's mad. Everybody.
I'm mad at them because they're making her mad.
Right.
So it's just like it's a circle. So like recently, like I started golfing.
Yeah.
Like doing that crazy stuff and going to the gun range more.
How's golfing going?
Man, it's more up and down in this business, bro.
It's hard. I mean, like
it's a sport. It's like everything else, bro.
Yeah, you gotta learn.
Yeah, just
start somewhere.
Starting off at the bottom. But yeah, like so, I used to do like be a Tarkanian basketball all-star.
Yeah, he's one of them guys in an adult league.
Talking about I'm about to go overseas. That's a whole nother subject. Or at playing flag football. Like them games be crazy, bro. The flag field, but like that's the stuff that I did for fun to like kind of help with that depression of not, being an NFL athlete. Because, we all had dreams of, retiring our parents, having an Escalade with spinners on 28. Are you old enough to know what spinners are?
I do know what spinners are, and I would never have had those shits on my car.
Back then you would have.
I would not have had those shits on my car.
You wear skinny jeans now, probably.
No,
so
I
probably would have never thought you would wear skinny jeans. Now, if your generation want to talk about anything, then little ass jeans.
I did not do the skinnies, bro, but I definitely will. Hey, I will have some socks showing for sure. I'm gonna do some high waters. I'm gonna definitely do some high waters.
Y'all can take some of the good stuff, but y'all generation wildin', bro. Little ass jeans. No, hey, I'm talking to you, Chris. Them little ass shorts, they be hooping in. Like, when did that start, bro? Our shorts was always past our knees. That boy got his shorts rolled up.
The short shorts, man. You can't beat the short shorts. That's the way.
I know, but that's wild, bro.
Have you seen the 5? Like, they're at the point now where you don't have to roll them up. You could just get 5-inch shorts.
You just taking your girl's shorts.
Yeah,
that's cool. I feel it.
That's a whole little wave with the basketball community, the gym community, all shit.
When did this happen? Because our wave was. Our shorts had to be past the knees, bro. Like it's just crazy. I'm just saying the generational differences are so wild, bro.
Yeah.
But
we graduated from them big ass shorts y'all used to be wearing back then.
Bro, we used to have shorts on under our outfit.
Yeah, bro. I know. I remember seeing Chuck's ass. Chuck used to be walking around with those with the shorts underneath his jeans. It was crazy. I used to do that too though. It's like you mentioned. Times have changed because like. When I was younger, that's elementary school, I used to wear basketball shorts underneath my jeans. So, and y'all was all adults, obviously, at that phase. So
you never know when a game go pop off, bro. Yeah. You got to be ready.
Yeah, you got to be ready. Always got to be prepared. Be ready to evolve, man. Okay, so top 5. I mean, no. Let's rephrase that. Starting 5 going into the NBA Finals. Who you got? You could pick any player.
I don't have to do a point guard, a shooting guard, or.
It depends. I mean, if you're gonna have a big guard, you're gonna have a little big. It depends.
All right, my point guard, like just growing up, my favorite player is gonna be Iverson. Like Iverson is gonna be in there. Like as much as Laker fans wanna, argue that. Yeah. But 99, 2000, Iverson was destroying everybody, bro. Like Kobe was that dude he took over. Iverson had that little window, bro, where he taken Aaron McKee to the finals, bro. Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
With Eric Snow. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Mutombo up there. What Mutombo really doing, bro? Like, Iverson was definitely.
Someone was doing shit, but no, not here.
Yeah. All right. So, Bron is there.
Okay.
See, like, this is the hard thing. Like, I respect.
What is Bron? Okay, so that Iverson's your point.
My point. Bron go be my 3.
Okay.
So, this is where the debate is.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
I don't really need, with this team, I don't really need Kobe, per se. I can take Jordan and be fine. I'm gonna take Jordan.
I need to hear what the rest of the 5 is before I intermediate on that.
I'm gonna take Jordan.
Okay.
So I got my 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
My 5 is obviously gonna be Shaq.
Okay.
At this point, so I got dominance. You know what? And just for that, now I'm gonna move LeBron to the 4. And I'm gonna take Curry just to let it fly. So there's mine.
Steph Curry.
So I'm gonna have Iverson at point guard. What you gonna do with Iverson? Who you gonna put on Iverson? All right, nobody. I'm gonna have what's his name? I'm gonna have Curry at the 2, just to shoot lights out and spread the floor.
Okay.
Jordan gonna be my killer at 3, closing out games. LeBron gonna be Bron at 4, and then Shaq's gonna be the most dominant down low. Bro,
you guys would get smoked. You just get swept.
By who?
You would get swept, bro. Okay, you got Iverson at the point, Curry at the 2.
Curry just sitting in the corner.
Jordan at the 3.
Dominant. Who go guard?
Bron at the 4.
You gonna put Tim Duncan on him?
And Shaq at the 5.
Explain it.
I'm taking Okay, I'm gonna give you my 5.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna tell you where we're gonna smoke you. Honestly,
he gonna put like KD at the 1.
No, I'm not. KD's not even gonna be in the 5. Okay. So at my 1, I'm gonna take Paul. No, Jason Kidd. I'm taking J Kidd at the 1.
You already lost, bro.
I'm taking J Kidd at the 1.
You lost, bro.
I'm taking J Kidd at the 1.
You take a point guard that's not even in the top 5. You lost.
Taking Jason Kidd's not top 5 point guard.
No.
That's crazy.
No,
that's insane.
Is he better than Chris Paul?
I like to think Chris Paul models his game a lot after Jason Kidd.
Jordan, I mean Kobe models it off Jordan. What does that mean?
I think there's no Chris Paul. If there's no Jason Kidd.
So Jason Kidd, you saying right now is a top 5 point guard
with everybody.
Is Jason Kidd better than Chris Paul? Yes or no? Don't say modeling. Is Jason Kidd better than Chris Paul? Yes or no?
I'm taking Chris Paul.
You're taking Chris Paul.
I'm taking Chris Paul.
Are you taking Jason Kidd over Dame Lillard?
Yes.
Over Dame?
Yes. He's a better leader. He's going to lead my team. This is NBA Finals. I'm trying to win.
He can't even lead his team right now. He's a coach.
I'm taking J Kidd at the 1.
You're taking J Kidd over Steph.
At the 1.
Over Steph. You taking J Kidd over Steph too?
No.
You taking J Kidd over Magic? I'm just talking about point guards right now. I'm not even getting to people who can be hybrids.
I'm taking J Kidd over Magic. Yes.
The only person you take J Kidd over is Westbrook.
I'm taking J Kidd. That's crazy. You're gonna stop disrespecting Jason Kidd like this. Bro, I got J Kidd. Let me finish my 5.
Darren Williams was that good.
He was a dog too,
bro. And I don't care what nobody says. One of the best point guards ever, and I will take him over J Kidd any day. Is Rajon Rondo. If you know basketball, Rondo, bro. Rondo.
Doe is crazy.
If you don't need a 30, 40 point player, Rondo.
Doe is crazy. I just don't like Doe's attitude sometimes.
Yeah, he got a bad attitude.
It's a shitty attitude.
But okay. So Jason Kidd. Iverson is putting up 50 a game.
Jason Kidd, Bean.
Okay, so Bean and Jordan cancel out.
Bean for my 3. I gotta go Bron.
Okay, you got Bron.
I have to go Bron.
You got Bron. I got Bron. So far,
I have to go to Bron at the 3.
So out of those first 3, right? Which battle have you won?
Kobe and J Kidd.
I got Jordan.
Kobe's dogging Jordan.
But what is Jordan gonna do?
Jordan's gonna play.
But the thing is, bro, he's
gonna play a good game.
You're 17 years old, bro. You never seen one game Jordan play. Like you're basing it off highlights.
Highlights, yes, absolutely.
Okay,
I could pull up a full game of Jordan on YouTube.
I get it, but like trying to compare those two. But anyways, they're a close cancel out. It depends on who has the day. But remember, like your same argument. Kobe modeled his whole game off of Jordan. You saw those little videos. So far, I think Iverson is beating out J Kidd. So I'm winning so far.
I think it'll be a good matchup personally.
Okay, so this is where you're gonna win. Whoever you pick next, they're probably gonna beat Steph Curry, but Steph Curry's gonna shoot their ass out. So who are you gonna pick at your 4?
For my 4.
So
I'm taking Kemp. Kemp for the 4.
So
I'm taking Kemp would murder Bron in the post.
So now you have Sean Kemp getting his buckets, but you still have. Would you rather have Sean Kemp in the post getting those buckets, or would you have Steph Curry shooting the shit out?
I'd rather have Sean Kemp in it because I already got my scores from the outside.
So you got
my scores from the outside.
So you can have that one victory because you have Sean Kemp and so I'm gonna have some height issues.
I didn't even get to my 5 yet.
Now, who are you gonna take? Are you gonna take Embiid, bro?
I'm absolutely not. I'm not taking Embiid.
Who is Shaq not gonna put 30 points on?
I'm not taking Embiid.
Who is Shaq not gonna put 30 points on? Who's gonna stop Shaq, bro? Nobody.
Damn, is Shaq the best? No. Shaq's.
So what we're gonna?
It's not Shaq, bro.
We're gonna put these lists on Instagram and do a poll, bro, and we're gonna see what people think.
It's not Shaq.
You're gonna put KD at the 5?
I'm not gonna put KD at the 5 either.
Embiid, they're all too.
I think on a strategic note, at this point,
I'm playing small ball, so you might have to go small.
I'm taking KG at the 5 to match up with Shaq. I'm not saying Shaq's going to dominate. I'm not saying KG's going to dominate.
No, he's not going to do anything besides shoot a couple of mid-ranges.
I'm thinking from a guarding standpoint.
But I'm getting every rebound, offensively too. Every rebound. Offensively and defense. Put back.
J Kidd, Bean, Bron, Kemp. And we could rotate Kemp.
I get it. No,
and KG.
Like, that's
I got team, I got 4 5s.
That's yeah. I just think like my weakness, I would say Iverson, even though my favorite player is but then you brought Jason Kidd, so it put me back.
That's good defense.
if you put me back in there.
Well, I think it'd be we're taking a series 4-2, and we're gonna put that on the poll,
bro,
for IG and see what they have to say.
I have Shaq. Look, listen. Arguably, the greatest center ever. Correct. I have LeBron, the greatest 3 ever. I have Jordan, the greatest 2 ever.
That's cap.
By most, bro.
That's
yes.
cap.
Yeah, it's not cap. It's right there, though. But let's say if they cancel out, bro. I'm already the best. I have the best. And then you have Jason Kidd. You better off taking Steve Nash. At least you got an MVP. You took somebody with no MVPs. And
Jason Kidd. I was going to go Nash. I was going to go Nash, but I just went with Kidd. I like Kidd.
All Nash did was steal Kobe's MVPs. 14, 15 points a game. Bean was, anyways. Let's move on. Anything? Not funny.
Hey, he's not. I was gonna use the argument that Iverson isn't an Olympian, but he is an Olympian, so I can't use that.
Are you pulling out gold medals?
Yeah, I was gonna pull out gold medals and shit.
Let me pull my boy Melo. So he's the greatest ever.
I thought that's who you were gonna go for your 4. I thought you were gonna call Melo for 4.
I don't need Melo's bully ball. I already got enough ball hogs on my team.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're running the poll on that one for sure. All right, man. Final question for you. Looking back on it, at the journey of all of this, when you first started with CerealKillerz, how proud are you to be able to sit in this moment right now and be able to sit on this podcast, just looking at everything and how everything has played out for you?
I'm proud of to sit on this podcast. Yeah. I'm so grateful that you invited me to my store to shoot a podcast.
Bro, you know what? You know this dude right here, bro.
I'm tough, bro. Like Drake said something similar, but like I'll never be happy. Like it'll never be enough, bro. Because like I see, like just like if I was a coach of a team, like I see where we need to get better, and we're not there yet. And it's like there's so much money to be left on. There's still left on the table, and there's so much that we can improve on. Like me as an owner and operation. So it's like we're not even scratching the surface. Like we're cool. Like yes, we're known worldwide because of social media, but like. We're not even dominating the local market per se. We're only dominating it because we have a strong following of tourists, which that's what the city is driven on. So it's like we have so much work to do. Like I'm proud of it, but it's just like we're nowhere near like the full potential of it. Like we need to get to the place where like I own the business, but I'm not running the day to day. That's when I'll sit back and just like really be excited and be happy. You know, once it's a well-oiled machine to where like I'm not even needed, where I can just come shoot the content that I want to shoot. Right. Because at this point, I don't even want to shoot it. I want somebody else to record everything, go and edit it, and I'll just come and do my voiceover. like that's the point I want to get.
Everything's on autopilot.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not. We're still, bro. We're 3 years old, bro. Like most businesses don't even break even until 3 to 4 years old, especially like restaurants and stuff. So we have so much more to go. I think we have a good foundation to grow on because like a lot of places are trying to get started and they don't have a following. They don't have, they're not known, so it's like now we can go into Texas and there's probably 1 million people who heard of us. So like it's definitely like a head start that a lot of people want, but yeah, like, so I'm not going to sit, I'm proud of definitely what we've built and where it's at, but it's not like I'm not content. It's time to keep going on. And if I can go back and do anything, like, hindsight, like I would go back to when I was young and I would actually like still train. Like if I know, like we have the trainers you guys have, the social media trainers, all the footwork, like I know what it takes to be an athlete at that level. I would still go back, give all this up for the opportunity to do that right, to see where it would have been, you know what I mean? Like just like, and I'm pretty sure like even like Chuck, like, like when it comes to hands, bro, like if Chuck was 3 inches, I know about size, but if your cousin was 3 inches taller, bro, and really had the guidance, like he would be like what these top tight ends are. Like he would be, I'm not even gonna say Gronk, he would destroy Gronk, like if he was a little bigger and stuff. But yeah, he would be like a top tight end if he had the guidance and what he's doing with his son and stuff like that. Like it's a different generation. I know it's a lot of what ifs, but I would still go back and try to really put the work in for something I love, because that was part of it. Like I was like, I don't love football because I didn't do anything to better myself. I just went out and played it. I was good, but it was just like I think that's the biggest thing is it was something that I thought I loved, but I really didn't. Like, 'cause I gave it no attention. I didn't do anything to make myself better. So I know people say I wouldn't go back, but I definitely would to actually chase that athletic dream. That's what I would do.
Well, man, hey, that's deep. I mean, that's crazy. I wasn't expecting that one. I wasn't expecting you to tie it all the way back to the football still.
But
I'm
still going back. But like, sorry, like I still see. I'm having flashbacks. To this. I want to get back out there, but it's like
suit up a little bit.
Like it's just I think this generation is taking it for granted, bro.
Yeah,
like, we didn't have trainers, not let alone money for trainers. But it's like, you know, just hindsight. It's like you guys are set up. Like it's a lot of pressure. Like with AAU. It's all these sports are year round now. And, you know, if you're not doing like we had 7-on-7, but it was just like a little preview tournament before the season started. But now it's like teams are traveling. Like it's a traveling football now.
Right.
Like, so it's just, it's crazy. Like I still like that's always going to be something that's going to eat me up inside is that like I never got to, you know, even really the biggest thing is like even like go to a Division I school. I had aspirations, you know, obviously to go to NFL, but like, I wanted to experience like living on campus and getting in trouble and all that stuff.
It's a good experience. It's fun.
It is.
I would say that.
Like, so it's like now, like I try to like when you're going to UCLA, I'm like I'm gonna go to them games. I'm gonna live like so. I'm gonna try to like live that life through the younger generation. Like we just signed our first NIL athlete. Like that's a way for me to like have some kind of
ties to this game.
You know, some kind of ties to it. So it's definitely like. But yeah, let me just not get depressed over me. Something that happened 15, 16 years ago at this point. But
man. I think like I mean you hungry. You still in that mindset of, you know, wanting to get it and wanting to improve. And I think any entrepreneur, anybody that, you know, is chasing something that they're passionate about and they want to see grow, that, you know, they're gonna have that mindset. So, you know, you're not gonna give yourself all the flowers and the credit yet, but I'm gonna do it for you, bro. I mean, like I really appreciate, you know, you know, and the impact that you've had on me, you know, my family and stuff too as well. And then you also, you know, just being able to have a big impact on the community and stuff. You're doing a lot of positive things out here, bro, and a lot of people are paying attention. I want you to know that you know, people want you to, you know, continue to keep growing and, you know, being somebody from Vegas, you know, that's important, you know. So, yeah, man, I just want to say I appreciate you. We do film the podcast in the Serial Killer studio now too as well. So if y'all see these cereal boxes back here, I'm thinking about getting a backdrop. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get one or not yet. I like the aesthetic personally, but you know, may get a backdrop, just depends. So Chris, you know, is all for the studio for me and stuff too as well, and I really appreciate that. So I just want to, you know, put that out there too, man, and just say that, and I appreciate you in general, bro. So you're doing your thing, man. Keep grinding, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, well, all right, well, right on, man. Well, hey, that's another episode of the Rathletes Podcast. I appreciate you guys for coming and watching. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe on any streaming platform that you are listening on. YouTube, we are dropping that content on there too as well. And we are aiming for weekly drops. You know how I be, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I be balancing, trying to figure everything out. So, but you know, it's coming. We're gonna make sure we continue to keep getting these out for you guys, and you know, continue to keep pushing this content. So I appreciate you guys again, and we're signing out. Peace.